Mark doesn't have anything to say.
I was not there for this interview, so it's all news to me.
Well, for this interview, we are interviewing Jeff Bell and Max Olmsted, the writer and director for the Wisconsin Short winners of the Twisted Dreams Film Festival 2019. We'll have their link below where you can see the movie, and we hope you enjoy. All right, well, we're here at Twisted Dreams Film Festival, and we're here with the Wisconsin Short winners with the film Upstairs. We have
Jeff Bell
and
Max Olmsted.
And you are a writer, and you were the actor in there. You were the sandwich guy, right?
Yeah, I was the sandwich guy with the fanny pack.
That's how everybody remembers
That was
him.
me.
Fanny
Look at
pack
that.
sandwich guy.
I brought back
man.
the fanny pack.
Yeah,
See,
and
see,
now
should
I'm
have brought yours.
typecast.
You are
Yeah.
typecast. You'll
Yeah,
be
just
wearing a fanny pack in every short
Fanny
from
pack
here on
forever
out.
with sandwiches in
With
it.
sandwiches.
I do gotta know. Did you use all the chicken, huh?
I did.
Is
Yeah,
that
I used
favorite
completely
sandwich?
all of
And
it.
he didn't write it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
true to
how-
life. I actually just played myself. It was pretty easy.
That seemed very easy. How are people going to find this film that watch our podcast? Because it's not necessarily a film podcast, but...
If they want to watch the film itself, they can go on to ghosthat.net.
Okay.
And there's a movie section. We've done podcasts as well over the
Okay.
years, and so we have a whole slew of our podcasts on there. But we also have all the short films that we've either produced or I've written or we've acted in or any of that stuff. And Upstairs is definitely on there.
All right, so one of the things that a lot of filmmakers have to answer is it harder to get started or harder to keep going? Because you mentioned that you had this written and it was shelved for a long time.
Yep.
So what would you say was hard about this one, getting it off the shelf and into a movie?
I think a lot of times it is the hardest thing about it is just getting it going, getting the people behind it, and getting that engine moving in order to get the thing produced. You know, get the right people who know the people, who can bring people together, and who can help kind of just know what they're doing and know their way around to actually see this thing to fruition. Once you get that motivation or that energy going, then it's a piece of cake a lot of times.
And getting all the schedules lined up too is one of the main things.
Okay.
And getting everyone to agree to be in one spot for one weekend is an amazing feat. And Julie is completely responsible for that, our director.
Julie, our director. Yep.
Yeah, we
She's
tried
incredible.
to get 4 guys to go fishing one weekend. It's never going to happen.
It's-
So getting everybody to go on a movie set must be...
Yep.
And
To get-
2 weekends, no way.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
happening.
No,
you
if-
lose everybody.
If you can get 2 weekends, you are a magician at that point, because that's not a normal thing.
So for other filmmakers, though, they should contact you because you just got a whole bookshelf full of masterpieces sitting there, right?
Exactly.
You're just stacking them up.
And Max and I we write a whole bunch of stuff together too, and a lot of that stuff just gets written, and the scripts sit there, and it's like, hey, we'll wait for the day that someone's like, I want to make a mafia movie. Oh, well, I got
pick
6
right
of them.
through.
There you go. Which one
There
do
you
you
go.
like?
Which one you want? They're
Yeah.
all. I just piss excellence.
Yeah, that's great.
So when you guys get together to work on this, you just a couple beers and just shoot the shit, or just brainstorm and
Actually, yeah, that's kind of how a lot of the writing that like he and I will do, and we kind of sit there, we let our brains wander, we start making up stuff, we do stuff a lot of times that makes ourselves laugh. I don't want to speak for you, Max. Obviously, I feel like I am.
Yeah. I
So
think,
answer. Anyway, go ahead, answer, Max.
I think
What I'm really thinking is that
I think a lot of the best stuff comes when you're just like, okay, we're going to write something tonight, we're going to finish something, and then you just do that. Because if you sit there and think about it too much, a lot of times you'll just get in your own head and then nothing will ever happen. Like, we have a couple outlines that aren't finished just because we've sat there and thought about the little details without just go for it at a certain point.
Right.
so like obviously you both acted in it. Where do you guys find other actors if you need them? Like that other guy in there, where's he?
Tim?
Tim? Sorry.
I think he's in L.A. now.
I think
Milliken.
Corey Milliken's out in LA
Shout
right
out
now.
to Tim.
He's a great. Oh my goodness, he does everything. Gaffing. He's written stuff
He's
before.
amazing.
He's directed. A lot of
And
times,
he's hilarious.
the actors are either some of our friends or, like him, he was a member of the crew,
Oh yeah.
and we were kind of like messing around and like, do you think Corey would like to do this?
And
we're like,
actually,
let's ask him. And he's like, yeah, sure, sounds great. And he did it.
that scene was written as an actual party, right?
Yes.
And then we couldn't get enough extras, so we're like, wouldn't it be funny if they only got one guy and that was the party?
But not change any of the dialogue. That talked about all the people that were in the room. But yeah, a lot of times the actors are just our friends, or we do have a handful of other actor friends that we kind of tend to pull from the same pool over and over again, and it's not because we don't have a ton of actor friends. It's just because we really like what they do.
Okay.
And in some cases, we will write parts with them in mind, and we know that they're going to be able to nail that role or to give us the performance that we're looking for.
I'm getting into acting, Tom.
I know. There's one
podcast.
scene that bugged me, and you're not going to believe it, but the scene, I'll describe it to everybody. There's a camera on the lawn, and you launch a sandwich perfectly, and it's like a floppy sandwich, and I'm just thinking, no fucking way did that stay together, and he put it with a spiral.
The first thing
or a
both of us
hook.
said was, that sandwich had a
No
lot
way,
of air.
that was like a
lot
disc
of
golf
fucking
hook
distance.
around the tree. How did it stay together?
I
Was
think
that like
Jeff should speak to that.
Well,
because-
the fun thing about that is, if you find the outtake reel for this movie,
you did 140 shots.
there's every single take of that, and I think there's 18 or 19 takes in there, and it's of that just alone.
That would be like a carny game. You would just rip kids off, and they'd never win your prize.
Well,
Try to land
the
this
magic behind it, if we're going to explain it,
we
and ruin
can
it,
spoil it a little bit.
is that so somebody's throwing it in the background, and then just off camera, there's a guy with a sandwich dropping it.
Yep.
Okay.
And really, it only took so many takes because we were waiting for it to land in just the right way.
Yep.
So did you have to hurl it over the camera so it didn't come? Or
It's
out
a sleight of hand. You never actually let go of the sandwich.
of the sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just you chuck it, and then your arm comes down. This is a really great visual thing for the podcast.
Yeah.
The arm comes down, and it just kind of like hides back behind your body, and nobody can tell the difference.
I do love the fact that is our only our main question.
Our main
is how
question
the
was,
fuck
how the fuck did that sandwich stay together? I think the whole launch, that's like 30 yards.
Yep.
That's a good example of something in filmmaking that I always talk about, where a lot of acting in short films is learning to do a very specific thing that you'll never have to do it again in your life.
Yep.
Like you got very good at that sandwich toss,
I got very good at that sandwich toss.
and you'll never have to do it
Nope.
again.
Nope. I'll
So-
just walk away being like, "Yep, that's."
Yeah, but maybe there'll be
I
a
have
Spielberg
that skill.
movie where he's like, we got to throw a sandwich, and I'm going through all these actors, and this guy says he's really good at throwing sandwiches. He
So
gets
let's
the
just
part.
give him-
I really
That's
like
skill.
the interaction
He's-
at the bottom of
call
the
him up.
stairs. That was like that whole conversation back and forth. I was like, yeah, this is gold.
And that was what when I had the idea for the short film. It's funny, the place that I used to work at, or the place I was working at, we were in a different building, and our bathroom was on the second floor, and it was this old warehouse. So I was coming back from the bathroom, and I'm at the top of the stairs, and I just had this moment, and it's that shot from Shaun of the Dead, where the camera's up above on the second floor, looking down at Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and they're just like, Pete, like they're calling up after their roommate, and I'm like looking at that, I'm like, this would be hilarious.
That's the whole movie.
That's the whole movie. It's two guys at the bottom of the stairs not wanting to go upstairs, and it's just them being two chickens not wanting to go up there. You're like, you go, no, you go, and that was what the entire thing was based
I
around.
loved it. The other question I got is, how'd you get upstairs so fast? Is there like a back set of stairs?
It's a secret.
holy shit.
It's kind of up to people watching the film. They have to figure out how. I think I'm like a cartoon character, maybe.
Yep.
And I maybe dug a hole, or something crazy.
You
happened.
climbed out the window. You shimmied up the drainage pipe to the second floor and into the window,
and just had enough time to organize a party with one person.
With one person, which apparently has been going on for quite a few hours up to that point.
Oh, that was awesome. Well, guys, again, thank you for coming. Congratulations
Thank you very much.
on the award. And
Thank you.
By the way, there is so much stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
let's get a picture of the award
That's
here.
There's so
pretty
many things in
amazing.
there.
What are we seeing in there?
Well, there's a knife. There's chicken fingers, or there's like little fingers in there, and
Yeah.
bones. There's some eyeballs.
So who gets the trophy is
It
the big
actually
question.
It's
We'll,
Jeff or Julia.
yeah, either Julia the director or myself. So
I
we'll,
think
we'll
I've
probably have to
left
fight
that.
over it.
Yeah.
I have an
left
idea.
Something like that.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Oh, good idea.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, alternate Sundays.
So it's
Right,
just
yeah.
like a child. So
Yeah.
we have custody,
Custody.
over an award.
I have Amazon Prime, so we can somehow ship it.
Oh, perfect. We'll ship it back.
That's
and
how that
forth.
works.
You guys are all in
is a
different
horrible
areas.
No, the
idea.
Madison area.
Madison.
Madison
Yeah,
area-ish, all over Madison, kind of stretching from one side to the other. So
All right, guys. Well, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Congratulations
Absolutely.
again.
thank
you
you
much.
very
And,
much. Thank
yeah.
you for having us on.